Hello.
Hi, Hari.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. So I just shared my whiteboard. Can you able to see my whiteboard?
Yes.
So today we will see something called a earned value analysis.
Mhm.
Okay, do you have any idea on earned value analysis topic?
Not really. I know I have seen it somewhere, but it's been a long time.
Okay. So what we can say it is, so this is what it actually means. Like it is an industry standard of measuring a project progress over time, forecasting its completion dates and also the final cost. And they also study like variances,
Mhm.
variances for schedule and also budget, which
Mhm.
means they will try to study both the time and cost.
Yes.
Okay, this is what like earned value analysis.
Mhm.
So here now, like some important terms we have something called a PV,
Present value.
no, planned value.
Planned value. Okay.
So and then EV,
Mhm.
that is called earned value, and then AC, this actual cost.
Actual cost. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this only we also can call like a BCWS and then BCWP and then ACWP. So what we can call BCWS in the sense budgeted cost of work schedule.
Mhm.
So budgeted cost of work schedule. And then here budgeted cost of work performed.
Perform.
Okay. And then here like actual cost of work performed.
Yeah. So these are all related to earned value analysis. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
See, I also try to draw this like graph, how it will be. What?
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. So here I have like three different colors. Na?
Mhm.
So for example, so this green we can able to put, see 1 minute. So green we can call as EV.
Mhm.
Okay. And then red we can call as AC. And then black
Yeah.
we can call as PV. So like the S curve, it will be like this actually.
Mm.
So I'm just putting the legend, for example. Okay. So here what it will be like here, it will be like a time in one
Uh-huh.
direction. And here it will be like a cost. So
Cost.
that's what I'm telling. They will try to study both. This is called S curve normally. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So here they also study like a CPI and then SPI. So this is called performance indexes.
Mhm.
So CPI means cost performance index and SPI means schedule performance index.
Yes.
So if both less than 1 means like we are out of schedule and out of cost. And if it is like equal to 1 means like there is no change in cost and no change in time. Then if it is like
yeah,
more than 1, like with like less than the actual like budgeted cost, less than the budgeted duration.
1 minute. So if it is less than 1.
So 1 minute. This is also important. If it is less than 1, then it is like a more than budgeted cost and then duration. It applicable for both actually.
Yeah. Cost/duration.
Yeah. If it is like a 0, if it is like a 1, then no change. Okay. If it is like a more than 1, like a less than the budgeted cost and budgeted duration. Okay, this you should remember.
Okay, so how is this thing calculated, the CPI and the SPI?
So these things I will show with an example. Okay, a simple example. So this you can able to apply for any kind of project. Okay. Now you understood the concept of event value analysis and the terms, right? Even the S-curves.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, now you can able to see my MS project screen.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I will take one blank project. So you can side by side, you can work now as usual, right? So I'm going to consider like what to say, like erection of columns. So I'm just going to consider 10 columns.
Okay.
So I just using Excel to copy and paste. So otherwise this option, this dragging option, it was not there. That's why. So what I did was like I just put and then I put C10, Control C, and then you can just paste in a task. So totally 10 column, we are going to just like what to say, to erect or what to say like erection of columns we can say. So each day we are going to like put one column in the site. So I'm just going to put auto schedule, automatically it will become 1 day. So every day we are going to erect one column.
Okay, but I have question mark on 1 day.
When you putting auto schedule, you have question mark?
Yes.
Okay, no problem. You can put 1 day, 1 day, 1 day. It is like auto schedule or manual schedule?
Yeah, auto.
Okay, then you need to put 1, 1, 1, 1 everywhere. Because now I just copy and paste from Excel. That's why it 1 day automatically coming.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you're not putting now, you're just putting here itself. That's why that the estimated duration will come.
Yeah. Okay.
Now what to do? Like one after the other. So I'm just going to link it. So it will be like this. So even we can just show critical task. What it means, like every day we are going to like erect one column to the site or some place. Erection of column like in the site. Okay, so for all this now we are just going to have one resource. So I'm just going for right click and then assign resource. And then we can just go for what? 1 hour resource. And then I'm just going to assign. Okay, this cost after assigning, we can just go to resource sheet and we can make this this to material this to cost. Okay, this anyway I will consider as a cost resource.
Yes.
Okay. Or we can just go for work itself and we can put like 100 per day. 100 per day means like for each column, it will cost $100. Okay, so automatically we will get the cost here. That
so, Hari, what do you mean? What do you mean by column?
Here?
Yeah.
No, column. The column is a pillar.
The pillar. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a construction project.
It is like construction. Yeah. So for example, I'm telling.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm telling, like erection of column, in site or something like that. Okay. Anyway, now I'm just going for cost.
Okay.
See, totally we have like every column cost $100. Okay. So we can just go for format and then project summary task. So totally we supposed to have $1,000 for 10 columns.
Yes.
Okay. After saving, it will become the see here it takes like what you save, the title it takes. Okay. Now what you need to do, you're supposed to go for baseline after assigning the resources. So go to project and then project information statistics. Now it will be not available. But once you set the baseline, it will become set baseline and then click OK. Now we can able to go for project information and ensure that, yeah, we have the baseline and we also have the cost and everything. Now we can just go to format itself and you can just go to baseline and you can able to make it visible for Gantt chart. Otherwise, right click here. Okay, both way we can able to do.
Yeah, so it's baseline 0.
See, now we did everything. Now what I'm going to do is I will try to explain you what all the things like we are going to do. So at the end of the day 5, like how many columns it should be done? I'm asking one question. After 5 days, how many columns like should be like like building the columns completed?
How many? 5.
Yeah. See, each column each day. After 5 days, it's supposed to complete 5 columns.
Yes.
Okay. So 5 column into how much the cost for each column? 100. So 5 into 100, 500. This is called planned value.
Okay.
Okay. And then, but we are getting the report from the site. Actually, for 5 days, it completed only 3 columns. So in that case, 3 into like 100, $300. This is called earned value.
Yes.
Okay. And we also have actual cost. Actual cost in the sense like for each column, we fix at $100. But due to some site condition, we are getting like a $200 per column. So actual cost means like 3 into 200, $600.
$600.
This is what I was telling. Like these 3 is important: PV and then EV and then AC.
Okay. So PV again. So PV is 5 days, 500.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's PV. And then EV is 5 days, 300.
So 3 into 100. Actually, 3 columns only completed. Yeah.
Yeah. But then the actual AV is 600.
No, not AV. Actual cost.
AC.
Yeah.
Yeah, AC. We said AC is 600.
Okay. This is what the concept. This how to like input those values in MS Project we will see now. Okay. So what we already know the solution is status date. After 5 days, which day it will be? Like 3, 4, 5. It should be like July 6th, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going for project and then putting status date, and then we're supposed to put a July 6th. And then click OK. Now you have the status date, but if you want to see the status date in grid line, we can go for how you can go right click and then go for grid line. And then you can just go to status date, and you can able to choose something like this, whatever you want. For example, I'm just choosing the solid line, and then but the color I'm just going to choose not from automatic. I'm just going to choose some yellow color. See, you will be having the status date also in grid lines.
Yes.
Okay. Like this, you can modify or customize anything in MS Project. Okay. Now, like there is something called update project option.
Yes.
See here, you can able to like set 0% to 100% or set 0% or 100%. See now, as per the status date, until this, it's supposed to be 100% completed. So in that case, you can choose the first option. But some cases, if it is like status date, somewhat in the in between also, if you're choosing the first, it will calculate accordingly, maybe some 35%, 65%. If you are choosing the second option, it only like shows 0 or 100. Even if it is like in between also, it won't consider that activity has started or not. You consider that activity not started.
Yes.
Okay, so the first option is better. I'm just going to click OK. See now automatically, like here we are getting tick marks.
Yes.
Like this, we can able to update the project, and then we can able to go for actual start, actual finish change if you want. From view and then table, and then go for a tracking, and then you can do.
Tracking. Yeah.
Okay. Actual finish, it's showing NA. Why? Because we not completed the project yet.
Yes.
Okay.
I also I received a similar schedule today from one of the contractors.
Oh.
And I was trying all the tricks I learned from you, but it was very confusing.
Oh.
So I just told them to make it simple. I just rejected the submittal of the project schedule, and then I told them to resubmit it again and make it less complicated.
Okay. Yeah, I understood.
Not understandable at all. I did this. This view table.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the entry and I saw the tracking, but still couldn't figure out because there are just too many activities there.
Yeah. See,
sorry for that.
Okay, that's fine. From here also, we can just go for more table. Here, I'm just going for earned value cost indicators. So click apply. This is for earned value calculations. See now what I was telling. So planned value, it became automatically 500. See now what we can show here. EV. See EV automatically it's showing like a 500. But actually what it done? Like actually, like we need to say only 3 done. So in that case, we did some mistake. So in that case, we should not do this update. Anyway, I told you this one. I'm just making for undo. Okay, now status date we put. Okay, but only 3 columns completed. Only we need to select 3 and then we can put 100. Now we can just go for view and then table and then more table and earned value cost indicators. Now can you able to see PV, EV? This is what we calculated before.
Yes.
Okay, then here ACWP not there. Now I'm just going for insert and then actual cost. This is what actual cost or ACWP. Actual cost, see, it is like coming as 300. Okay, but what I was telling, like actual cost is
200.
like, okay. So what we can do means like actual cost, I'm trying to put a, so 200, so 200, 200.
Yes.
Okay, automatically then we are getting cost variance.
Yes.
See, cost variance of 300. Now actually it's supposed to be 300. So it is like a minus 300.
Yes.
Whenever you are getting the cost variance minus, then we can able to say like this is like out of budget. This is not within the budget.
Yes.
And even we can able to see the cost variance percentage and CPI. This is what telling cost performance index less than 1 means then we can say like out of budget.
Yes.
Okay, then we can able to just click here and then insert. Then we can go for SPI also. Schedule performance index. See, still we are getting 0.6 less than 1. So we are out of schedule.
Yeah.
Because now for 5 days we supposed to complete 5, but we completed only 3. That's why it becomes 0.6.
Yes.
Okay, but if you want like put a SV. Okay. See, schedule variance that also here it is coming. Whatever you want, you can just customize now. SV percentage. So I'm just putting as per the CV.
Yes.
Mm. If this confusing now, you can have only CPI and SPI. Now we completed. So this is what like these things. If you don't know also, you can hover the mouse and it will show you to complete performance index, TCPA equal to BAC minus BCWP. This formula, no need to remember, little bit confusing also. If you want, you can just take your mouse and keep it there and you can able to understand what it is.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay, now we completed earned value analysis. This is what the earned value analysis. But now we need to see the S curve. Na? So for that, we can just go to report. Report and we can just go for cost and then earned value report. We already have. We can able to frame our new report also.
Yes.
See, automatically earned value report automatically coming. This is called S curve. But here, like only for a 3 column, na? So it is like this.
Yeah.
If you complete and after completion, we will get the big S curves.
Mm.
This is as per the actual cost and then planned value and then earned value. See here, that's why I was telling this is like other names of PV and then EV and then AC.
Yes.
And here also they are showing cost variance and schedule variance, and even they will show the cost performance indexes and schedule performance indexes. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we already have this one. If you want also, we can able to make. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is like a report.
Yes.
Mm. So if you want to make, how you can make, like anyway we already have now. But for example, I'm just going to Gantt chart. I'm just going for report, and here I'm just going for a custom more reports. Yes. New report, and then you can take chart, and then you can put a S curve. Only the top one we will make now. So after S curve, by default, it will be coming like this. We can remove everything. We are going to frame our own reports. Okay, now nothing in this S curve. But what we can do, we can select only the cost. What will the cost? Actual cost or ACWP? Both are same. ACWP, BCWP, BCWS. Okay, this is what we must have. And what we can, you can select the graph and then go to design, and we can change the chart type. So change the chart type to combo. See, in combo, we can able to change to, see, line diagram, line with markers. See, now we can able to see the S curves. See, this is what
yeah, okay, line with markers, yeah. So all 3 of them is line with markers, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So like this also we can able to make.
Mm-hmm. But it's just like, I think I will, it will take me some time to and to not memorize, but to understand ACWP, BCWP, BCWP.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, is this correct? We can check actually in report. We also have a what to say cost. So anyway, we have automatically ACWP, BCWP, BCWS. The same only we have created. Like, but anyway, we already have now.
Yeah.
But here it is like different. But okay, no problem. I mean, we can able to customize the report also. It will come here in the custom actually CS curve. Yeah. So it is like this ACWP and then BCWP, BCWS only like this. Okay. Okay. Okay, now anyway, you understood the concept of end value analysis, and then how to see the values. You understood. Now from view, you can go for others, more table, and then here, this is what cost indicators. See, actually, we have separate cost indicator, schedule indicator. See, why we don't have here SP and everything. So that's why I was like putting myself. If you want, you can just open directly that also. Schedule, go for table, more table, schedule indicators, and then apply. So here automatically SP percentage, everything coming. So no need to customize also. We need to just search for the options over here. Even report also I was creating. No need. We can just find, we will be available with.
Yes.
So somewhere here and everything. No need to customize anything. But sometimes we can also customize. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you need it for the company, with the company logo and headers and footers and the same. There was this. If you click on dashboard, dashboard.
Yeah,
it's the second one. Burn down. Today I received this burn down as well from one of the contractors.
Okay, so we can able to just see everything from the even cost overview. See like cost, see remaining cost, percentage complete. This is like very helpful. These are all the reports. See for each and every column, we can able to see how much cost and how much baseline cost variance, everything. So this report section is very useful for any project or any individual. Yeah. Upcoming task. Work overview. So remaining work, actual work, everything.
Yeah. This is like, the top management, they love reports. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't
Actually, like we are blessed with colorful reports in MS Project. We don't have such a feature even in Primavera. Even it is a database management. This colorful reports we can able to see only in MS Project. At least for the sake of that, we can use.
Yeah, exactly.
See, even the colors, everything we can change now from here.
Yeah.
See?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like what we used to do in PowerPoint or MS Word, we can do in MS Project also.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think I need some time to practice this in real life,
Yeah.
But the thing is, we are not really concerned about the how should I say it? Like about resource cost and stuff. We are more concerned of, so basically, we run projects, or we manage projects on behalf of our client.
Yes.
Yeah. So like our client, he has projects, but the client do not have any specialists on our business, which is air navigation.
Yes.
So so basically we are running project on their behalf. So the cost and everything comes from their finance and contracts and procurement.
Oh.
So for us, the only thing is that we need to be within the agreed contract amount. If there are if there are any variations, they will come, as you just mentioned in this example. That the column or the pillar erection, it actually costs $200, not $100.
Yeah.
Yeah, due to some some reason. So it's the same happens with us. But in my case, I don't calculate costs for resources, and that's the problem. That's why I cannot utilize MS Project 100%.
Yes. In that case,
I'm more concerned of time and slippages, and then just to maintain the cost that we are paying as per the contract. Yeah, but I think if I was the contract and I'm doing the work, then these things are very useful for me. But so and value analysis, the schedule, all the schedule variations, these are very important to me. The schedule performance indexes, and like the planned value, these things are important to me as a time wise. But cost wise, I don't know how I can apply it in the real life. So anyways, so you will move to the other topic. Well, that's the topic for today.
I think end value analysis anyway we completed within a half an hour. I was thinking maybe in between something happens, it will take time. Anyway, I completed because I also like checking everything is coming or not before the class because I have time. Anyway, that's fine.
Okay, that's good. We finished in half an hour.
Yeah. Otherwise, yesterday for the little things also it takes time now. For example, budgeted resource.
Budgeted resource.
Yeah.
Budgeted resource. Yeah. I see now the problem is I completely forgot about it because I didn't review it.
Yeah. Then it's up like this is in your hand. Like you need to like refresh yourself with all the topics. Yeah. So then it will be useful for you.
Can you just remind me of budget resource and how to display?
The budget resource, like what you need to do means like you are creating a resource now. In that case, you need to go to resource information and you need to select whether it is budget resource or not.
Yeah.
And then we can be able to only put that resource for the project summary. That too, you need to switch on from here. If you are not switching on here, also we can't assign. This is what budget resource.
Yes. Exactly.
But that also you said like it is helpful for you, like you have like some budgets for the whole project.
Yeah, that's the thing, you know. It's useful if just to track, you know, just to see where is everything going with the project.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just took a snapshot of it, so then I just don't forget this thing, because yesterday I didn't take a snapshot.
Budget resource.
Yeah.
Okay. So 1 minute. In that case, I will try to create one budget resource.
No. I just took the snapshot of this option on resource information.
So only that is enough. 1 minute. Anyway, I will try to put one budget resource and go for resource and the information. And here we need to select the budget.
Yes.
So click OK.
But there was something yesterday which was like not working.
But here, like anyway, we find the solution. You need to go for here, go to task usage and then go for assign resource. And you can just go for this assign. See, now it is assign button coming.
Yeah.
Exactly. Then we can able to go for insert column.
For me, it's not coming.
No, it will come. So
total,
yes. Total budget 1,000 we can put. No, even in cost we can't put. We need to go for budget cost.
Yeah.
This is like peculiar one. So budget cost we can put 1,000. Actually now it's 1,300. So 300 more. Like this we can able to track.
Yes. But why I cannot put the budget?
Because you're supposed to choose cost type.
Yeah, I did, but I'm not able to do it manually.
No, and then you need to select budget here.
I did.
And then you're supposed to go to format and you need to select project summary task. Only to that only we can able to put.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the thing I missed.
Yeah. So then better from task usage we can go.
Yeah, but I cannot. Just 1 minute. So view. It's in format. Yeah, it's there, but it's not showing. Just 1 minute. Yeah. Okay. Show hide. Yeah, but I cannot edit the 1,000.
No, that is like in budgeted cost, not normal cost.
Yeah, I don't have that budget cost 1,000.
No, you need to add. You need to right click and then insert column, and you can take budget cost.
I did, but it's not showing.
So I will stop share. You can share your screen. I will try to do. You can just share your screen and then give me the remote access control.
Okay.
I can able to see, but see. So you put in the budget cost.
Yeah, but it's not showing 1,000. So I cannot write.
See, you
have to write below.
See, we can. We need to write in the lower one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, see, these small steps I'm forgetting now. So.
Yeah.
I think I need to practice this stuff. But as I said, this one is very important to me.
Yeah.
This I will know what are the variations on cost.
Yeah.
So I can report them to management.
Yes. So anyway, even I will try to save this also. Even you can save as a end value.
Yeah. End value analysis.
Earned value analysis. 56 2021.
What else we did yesterday? We did different ways of percentage completion update.
Yeah.
Okay. But I will still use the easiest way, which is you right click on the task and
task information.
And then or double click on it. Yeah, task information, then just put the percentage there.
Yes, that is easiest way.
Yeah, for me, I mean, there are some people, or maybe just the icons, above under. So under task menu and then schedule there. Yeah. And then we also did the mark on track.
Update task.
Yeah. So what does mark on track does? Let's see. Mark on track. It will be calculated based on the status date. Yeah.
Status date. See, now I am putting status date here. Now, if it is mark and track, it will conclude that these C4 and C5 also completed.
Yeah.
No, anyway.
Okay. So if I do view and then I do entry, and then I do this. So if I did this on C4, mark on track, then it will be exactly.
Okay. Then you need to change the status date.
Yeah.
Status date you can put some July 12. Okay, now you can just go to task and then mark on track. But for me, it's not coming. For you, it's coming like mark on track in the sense like based on the status date, it will update.
Yeah.
See, anyway, here it's updating. Yeah. See, we got some change in here.
Yeah, if you view the table for cost indicators, you will see. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What was there? And then what did?
Okay, anyway, I will just close and come back. Close. Okay. And then I think it saved automatically.
Yeah. And then we also did the move project. Yeah. So if you go to
okay, this is what actual mark based on the mark on track, we are getting different values here.
Mm. Yeah. So, yeah, Harry, can you also remind me of move project?
That move project is completely moving the total project. So even the next like subsequent activities also will move accordingly.
Yeah. So that where can I find that move project button?
No, in where you can find means like in project.
In project. Yeah, move project. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, because I'm shrinking the window, so that's why.
So I think this one.
Yeah.
I think you can pin it. This is good.
No. I have pinned it, but because I'm working side by side.
That's
so
right.
everything is small. Everything is shrink.
Yeah.
So move project, mark on set up status date. Yeah, we did that. How to update actual progress. And then custom. Yeah, custom fields was it was a good tool to use. Yeah, I remember how to do that. Yeah, custom fields. All right, Harry. So what is left now for tomorrow's class?
Tomorrow, like we will try to like go for some other techniques, how to filter, how to have multiple projects in one window, like that.
See, now this is a good thing because this is what I need. Remember when I showed you the tool?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then I think we can conclude.
We can conclude for today. Yes.
All right. So inshallah, I will see you tomorrow.
Okay, then see you. Bye.
Bye.